Hey everybody, Extrasify here. Welcome back to another gold making video. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about the Easter event Noblegarden in World of Warcraft and how you guys can make an absolute ton of gold. So with that being said, let's get into the video. So for anyone that doesn't know what the Noblegarden event is, basically you go around finding and collecting all of these little brightly colored eggs. Now these are only in the second town of the starter zones. So for like Tirisfal Glades, it would be Brill. For Elwyn Forest, it would be Goldshire. You guys get the gist of it. So basically, all of these towns have these eggs. Now, when you go and get these eggs, you get a piece of chocolate inside, as you can see, and you can turn these in for specific items that you can then sell on the auction house. So if we go ahead and head over to this vendor here, the Noblegarden vendor, this is where you can get all of the nice stuff. Now in years past, the main thing we were going to collect were the Swift Spring Striders for 500 chocolate. Now it seems like quite a bit, and it is, but in general, it only takes right about half an hour in order to get the 500 that you need for the mount. But there are a couple new items that I want to highlight that are actually worth picking up for some good solid gold. Firstly, I want to highlight this new addition to the Noblegarden event, the lovely duckling. Now this was obviously added this year. We didn't have this pet in years past, and it costs 250 Noblegarden chocolate. Now, obviously, this event has just begun, so the prices will fluctuate on this pet, but at the moment, it's sitting at about 80,000 gold with a region value of 120,000. So at the moment, this is going to be a way better purchase than the Swift Spring Strider, but I think for long term, the Swift Spring Strider is always a good option to stock up on if you guys are going to farm this event. The next item I want to talk about is the Noblegarden Bunny. Now, this one we have had in years past, and it cost 200 Noblegarden chocolate. The uncaged version is about 60,000 gold and has about a 40k region value. But like I said again, this event just begun yesterday, so the prices will fluctuate quite a bit as more people farm this and more people get these items. And as you can see, the caged version, which is more likely to sell, is sitting about 30,000. Now this is pretty nice price for the bunny, although as you can see, it has quite a low sale rate. So if you're going to get the lovely duckling versus the Noblegarden bunny, I would probably lean towards the lovely duckling, but we'll see how the lovely duckling's prices fluctuate throughout the duration of the event. Alright, and the third and final pet that you can buy is actually this mystical spring bouquet. Now, I don't believe you can sell this on the auction house, but I just figured I'd highlight it for you guys. It cost 100 Noblegarden chocolate. And yeah, I mean, if you're here for gold, obviously don't buy this, but I just thought it was a really cool and unique bouquet that, you know, definitely is an attention grabber if you have it summoned. It's definitely interesting. One more thing, I forgot to mention how it looked. So this is the Noblegarden bunny. It looks pretty unique, nice pink color. It looks pretty cool actually. And this is the lovely duckling. Look at how adorable he is. I love him. And last but certainly not least, we have the Swift Spring Strider. Now this is obviously a mount. It looks pretty cool. Definitely interesting looking. It's quite cheap, 18,000 gold, and it has a pretty high sale rate, 0.36. I mean, so you're gonna sell it pretty soon after posting it. The main issue though is that it costs 500 Noblegarden chocolate. That is steep. That is steep, man. That takes roughly about an hour and a half of farming for chocolates on average. Now, I farmed this a bunch last year. I had quite a few of these, but you know, I was literally putting in like 15 or 20 hours of farming during the event. So I had quite a few of these. But yeah, I mean, it has like a 40 to 50k region-wide value. But in general, this mount, it's quite cheap. I mean, I haven't seen it, even like throughout the year, I haven't seen this mount go for more than like 50 to 70k, which is quite low for a holiday exclusive mount. So I would probably recommend maybe buying one or two of these, I would definitely recommend stocking up on a few of these lovely ducklings. I think these will do really well because of look how freaking cute he is. So I would probably get a few lovely ducklings, a few Noblegarden bunnies, and then a few mounts. Now that is my plan with this holiday event. Now let's get into some basic tips in terms of improving the farming. Now obviously there's going to be a ton of competition, and there is, believe me. When I logged on yesterday, I came to the Draenei starting zone because Elwyn Forest and the Dwarven zone is just always super, super crowded. So I figured I'd come over to Ammon Vale at the Azure Watch, and I figured there may not be many people there. There were tons of people. Now, what I recommend doing is to go into war mode. Now, there obviously won't be many people that you'll have to fight against since it puts you in PvP. But as you can see, I mean, I know it is the morning, but there's literally no one here. And that was so different than how it was yesterday. Yesterday, there were people camping at literally every egg spawn, and I was barely able to get any eggs. So it seems like putting war mode on is a night and day difference, as now I can just walk around and gather eggs free at will, and there's no competition. Now, one little caveat with that is that it will slow down the spawn rates of the eggs if there aren't many people around. I was noticing yesterday that there was a high spawn rate for the eggs when there was more competition, so that was one nice little thing. But even then, I really wasn't getting many eggs, so I think in general it's just better to go into war mode and not deal with competition. Now, one more thing I think is really useful to have is a macro to open these brightly colored eggs. As you can see, they do not stack, so it will clutter your inventory quite quickly. So with that being said, just make a quick macro / use brightly colored egg, as that's what this is. And then you can just take it to your action bar, and you can just open these as you go around. Obviously no cast time to open these or anything. And in general, just makes your inventory a lot less clustered. One more little thing I forgot to mention. I had just finished recording, and then I was just going to farm some chocolate, and I didn't realize, well, I guess I didn't remember, that you can literally get the Swift Spring Strider from the colored eggs. So while farming, you have a chance of getting the mount and of getting other items as well. I mean, as you can see, looted some eggs, and then I opened them and literally got the Swift Spring Strider. So that definitely helps with everything. I assume you can get the lovely duckling and the other expensive pets from the eggs as well. So that definitely helps with farming the chocolate. So yeah, guys, this event is always one of my favorites. It's always really fun and chill to just go around collecting some eggs. Very, very enjoyable, and in my opinion, it hasn't changed very much. I love the addition of the lovely duckling. I definitely think that will improve with some gold making strategies here, because in years past it was always just, buy the Swift Spring Striders. Everything else was dirt cheap, and that was how you made gold, was strictly through the mounts. So I like the way that Blizzard is adding in more unique items like the companions, the lovely duckling in particular, the new addition, and it just improves ways that we can make gold from this event and enjoy it all together. So with that being said, I hope this quick guide helped you guys out. I hope you learned some nice tips. I definitely think war mode is a must due to competition. Although, that was day one of the event, so maybe the competition will die down as the days go on. But nevertheless, if you guys enjoyed this video or found it helpful, why not go ahead and check out some of my other gold making videos, and make sure you're subscribed to the channel as I post multiple gold making videos every single week. And with that being said, guys, thank you very much for watching today's video. Good luck in your auction house sales and in your Easter egg hunts, and I'll see you guys in the next gold making video.